The whole point of Toycember is to do something special for everyone who is celebrating around the time of the winter solstice without actually making it all about one holiday or another. I have fans and viewers from all over the world. I want everyone to be included. That said, my family does celebrate on the 25th, so I do kind of tend to make the 25th a little more special. So I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more personal to me. And this is going to focus on these. These are Formation Arts Chrono Trigger figurines. And if it looks familiar to anyone who has played the retro title, it is because all the figurines in this collection are based on the promo art drawn by Akira Toriyama. And after his unfortunate passing, I decided, yeah, I need to pull the trigger on these before they get even more expensive. I'm not going to lie, I bought these within the last year, making this probably the most expensive thing Toycember has ever covered, as these are very rare and coveted now. For obvious reasons, this is some of the only Chrono Trigger merchandise ever produced because the licensing for it is a nightmare. Point being, this is all representative of the artwork Toriyama produced, rendered in 3D, so you get to see the backside of the artwork that, of course, was never meant to be seen before. You have Chrono and Robo and Ayla all teaming up with what looks like going to be a triple tech between all three of them. And you can already tell what you're in for with this entire set. The sculpt and detail is phenomenal on these. The paint is immaculate. You can see a black wash all over it. Well, more like a gray wash. The color tones are actually very muted to match Toriyama's artwork as closely as possible. But you're still getting in lots of little details, like the fruit, the apples in the back. You can see the tampographed eyes on everybody, done really, really well. It's just an incredibly good rendering at such a small size. Not the only one of Robo, however, as we also have this one, where he is getting repaired by Luca. I will admit, I kind of wish there was one in this series for Luca that actually had her in her full normal outfit. This is, again, based on artwork where everybody is in Luca's home while she's repairing Robo. Not a scene that takes place in the game. Most of these are not scenes from the games. They're just really good looks at the characters and gives you a little bit of their personality. So Luca, the Tinkerer, fixing up Robo, as she does numerous times in the game. And again, really cool to see the backside of the artwork. I love the idea that, like, a sculptor had to go in and figure out, where is this character on the backside in order to complete the 3D rendering of the moment. Again, really well detailed, really well painted, just absolutely immaculate. This is Formation Arts. Anything that Square Enix does with arts in the title, they usually put in their best efforts. So no surprise. Yeah, exceptionally nice. There's one more scene that would include Robo, but not enough space for him. And that is this scene of Chrono and Frog. So we're looking around a corner here. There would be a continuation of a cave and a worm monster awaiting them. However, we cut it short so that we can focus on just these two. Not a whole lot on the backside this time, but more rock. But Chrono really rendered well, sword in hand and ready. Frog about to murder this little rat. And yeah, the rat is blocked by the shield is what he is. Yeah, you can see the rat just awaiting what's about to happen. And there's another one peeking out of the corner, like right there in the back. And I like the little, like, perspective they try to do to match the artwork. So, like, the stairs actually, like, ascending and shrinking as they go around the corner. So at certain angles, this does look spot on to the actual artwork, which is a really, really cool detail to include. Yeah, just really, really well rendered. Frog, especially in this set, is exceptionally well painted. The green is just spot on. All right, moving on from there, we have another one that also kind of relates to Frog, but it's Chrono and Magus. And again, based on artwork, but this one amuses me. So, for obvious reasons that I will not spoil for a 30-year-old video game, there's not a whole lot of promo art of Magus. So, this one is about the only option they had. So, in order to include him in the set and get him in the right pose, they had to affix him to the castle in the background, but because his cape is behind the castle, it just makes it look like this tiny, weird pillar that he happens to be jumping up beside. Oh well, whatever. It's an amusing shot. And again, just very well detailed. Magus looks incredible with his scythe about to come down, a spell at the ready. Chrono's taking a swing and missed wildly. Might have cleaved some of these. We do have some bones. It could have been something undead. I don't know. Your imagination. And again, just funny that they had to figure out what the back side of the castle looked like. Yeah, just really, really well detailed. They haven't figured out by now. The Robo and Luca one are the only ones that don't feature Chrono because main character. Now, these came two different ways. There was a box of 4 that you could buy, or you could buy them in individual blind boxes, and if you did it that way, there was a 5th figurine exclusive to that release, and that's the only one featuring Marle. I love the little romance that they have in the games. It's amazing that they can get that across through a silent protagonist. That's how well written the game is. So this little serene moment between the two is just chef's kiss. This is absolutely my favorite one. And again, does not take place at any point in the game. You can imagine this takes place during any downtime in between adventures. But yeah, it's just Marle taking a look at that necklace that drives so much of the game's narrative. You know, and them's just sitting by a tree, which, if you know the game, also has some symbolism to it. So, yeah, it's just a beautiful little set of figures. Like, absolutely gorgeously rendered. Love the variety and detail here. You can tell Toriyama liked drawing Robo, because he's got a bit of a lion's share of the artwork outside of Chrono. Wish, as I said, wish Luca and actually, like, I wish Ayla got a little bit better depiction too, since she's just kind of slung under Robo's arm in one of them. But that's the set, and it's an absolutely gorgeous set. Since it's a figurine set, there is no way for me to say if it is worth the money or not. That really just depends on your connection to the game. This is the game that always goes back and forth with Final Fantasy VI for me as my favorite video game of all time, and it's one of those that left a really deep impression on me. So this was something I felt like I needed to own at some point, and yeah, crazy expensive, but I am glad I pulled the trigger, and I'm glad I could get to share it with you guys today. So that's going to be it for Toycember for now. Keep in mind, we go all month here with Toycember. We don't end just because it's the 25th. So tomorrow, I got something else for you.
Analysis complete. Adapting translators to local language.
Are you out there?